Greetings, my movie geeks. Welcome back to another episode of our Halloween countdown. 31 days of horror. Hashtag 31 days of horror. Tonight we're on day 4 and we watched the sequel to I think 2017.
18, I think.
18? It Chapter 2. This trailer. So, written by Stephen King, and after a successful part 1 with the kids section of It story, I'm not going to go through too much of the story because everyone knows it, everyone's seen it, and everyone loved it. What did you think of the sequel? Or should we catch up with the sequel? Set 27 years later, after the first one. Pennywise is back. He's killing people.
Children.
And, well, no, not just children.
No, not. Yeah,
Using a hate crime to kill. I can't remember what his name was.
Well, I don't know. He's a very minor character at the beginning.
Oh, he does appear. I noticed. That was weird. Yeah. What do you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I still prefer the first It. I have to be honest.
What, Tim Curry?
Yeah, I think you just cannot beat Tim Curry. I think the actor who plays Pennywise is very good.
Bill Skarsgård, I think it is.
Well, it's one of the Skarsgårds, isn't it?
That's Bill.
With
his eye. I think I can do that too.
It's weird because as much as I'm saying I prefer the originals, I think it's probably more for nostalgic reasons. And Tim Curry and John Boy Wallen, can't forget John Boy Wallen. I find even though some of that is quite cheesy, and I really enjoyed this film and watching it again. I just felt like something was missing that isn't there.
What, from the sequel or the first one?
From both. There's just something that it's not captured the same as it was in the first, the original films. I do enjoy it.
Could it be the special effects? There's more CGI in this and in the old one, because it was a TV movie.
Yeah.
You've got quite cheaply made effects, and for me that those kind of
effects are better usually.
Those kind of effects, especially like the one where he's in the Tim Curry one where he opens up the shower drain, and it's like stop motion, like plasticine.
Yeah.
And that's got I like that sort of stuff. So maybe it's, I don't know.
I probably don't think it is that for me. I've already said I don't know what it is. I do like the originals, but I do like the newer versions. The newer versions are obviously a lot more modern, so the CGI is there. I think the newer version's a lot more graphic because you see children being killed and
a lot of blood.
Yeah, and you almost will them to not be killed.
Yeah.
And it's always a bit of a shock.
Well, one of the standout. I think there's a couple of. I think for this one, I think where the first part had a lot of scares that were jump scares and they worked well. I think this one eased off on them. There's a lot less. You get the mirror house scare. Yeah. And you also get the little girl under the bleachers. Which I think. Throughout the whole film, I think that's the best one.
It's the worst one.
I mean, best as in, it's just so tragic.
Yeah, it's awful.
And the way he plays on her own self-consciousness and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I suppose there are monsters in real life, aren't there? So, but yeah, no, I did enjoy it.
He does a good job as well as Pennywise. They were different. Tim Curry is fantastic as Pennywise, but I think he did a really good job.
Yeah.
Because how do you go against what has gone before? And in this one, whereas Tim Curry was just a clown, in this one, Skarsgård he's a horrible clown from the get-go. He's not nice, and like under the bleachers, he's in the shadows, and you just see a tiny bit of his face. and the way he's talking, and
No.
it's creepy as
And
hell.
it's good what he can do with his eyes,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I when you were talking before, I can do something
Yeah,
similar,
you've
can't
got
I?
weird eyes.
I don't think I can do it on command, but I don't know when I do it. It's sort of like when I start staring and I can do something. I might be going cross-eyed there. I don't know. I'll have a go later and I'll put it up.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy it. I think the actors, weirdly, I don't like Bill in this. I don't like, in the original ones you can relate to Bill and he's so nice, and in this I don't know, I didn't really connect with his character, so I don't know.
You know what though, even from the book, I don't really connect with Bill. I think he's a bit of an
I
arse.
did in the original.
I like the fact that everyone's having to go at him, that he can't write an ending to his book.
Yeah,
that's quite
yeah,
funny.
that's a dig at Stephen King, and then to be fair, Stephen, if you're listening, it's true. Sometimes your endings are a bit rubbish.
Name one.
Bloody hell, The Shining.
What was wrong with that?
The original Shining in the book.
Yeah, where it blows up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
No, I don't like it. I think though I'd watched the film before I read the book, so that's probably why.
Oh.
No, and I don't know. I think some of the actors, I tell you, I really like. I can't think of his bloody name.
Bill Hader, who plays
He's
the
brilliant.
comedian.
No,
Yeah.
no, not the comedian. Although he's good in this.
I think he steals the show.
The one who, no, the kid whose mum was overweight.
Oh,
He totally steals the show.
Oh, you know,
He's
you're right,
by
yeah.
far-
Him and, yeah.
Him and Hader are the best things about the second chapter.
And I love, because there is that...
He gets stabbed in the face, and he's like so scared. He's one of the more frightened ones, isn't he? And he's like trying to get out of this bathroom, and he's terrified. He's got a knife in his mouth, in his jaw. And as he's leaving, he goes, "Man, you need to cut your mullet off. It's been 30 years, dude." So he's still got that.
The wit,
the wit that's there, and that was one of the funniest parts of it. Even though it's not funny, it's an horrendous scene where he's just been assaulted. And it's like, I don't know, it made me laugh when he came out with that. Yeah, he was brilliant in this, and I think it was really sad he died, but he dies in the original.
In the original one, in the book and all that, so...
Battery acid.
I do think that his like, they did really well to get actors, older actors. He's perfect, isn't it?
Perfect for the children.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we said.
Well, except for one, maybe.
Yeah.
But then again, it's supposed to be a big change, isn't it?
Yeah. But like, he's totally different, completely different colouring, hair colouring, face. But the kid out of the original film was on a video conference.
Yeah, so the kid who plays, oh God, I've forgotten his name. Yeah, how rubbish is that? We watched it I can't remember his name, but he is on the conference call with him, and he's actually in the...
He's the kid, he's the biggish kid from the original film, and the biggest kid, he's now like the most really handsome, good looking one out of them all, and dead like successful. So I was laughing, I was like, oh yeah, she fancies him now, like, doesn't she? She didn't before. Yeah,
But she did, she fancied the letter, the postcard.
She didn't fancy the postcard.
She fancied the person who made the postcard, but she thought, because obviously Bill's a writer, he was the one who did it, but it wasn't.
But it's poor Michael who had to stay in Derry, and he stayed there his whole life.
He did. Well, he gets away at the end, and that's what I like about the ending as well. He does get away, and unlike the books, they don't forget. Because in the book, they all, and I think it's really sad, because they all, even though Beverly and rubbish, they leave together, but everyone else starts forgetting. And every time in the book, when Mike is writing everyone's numbers down in the diary, the ink starts to fade as well. So they're not allowed to be together again, which is mental.
Because if Pennywise in there, what's doing that? What's causing that?
Well, there's a theory, isn't
there? That he's not gone. They
may bring another film.
It looks fairly indisputable at the end of this one that they were successful, to be fair.
Well, don't know.
And it's weird watching it the first time. I didn't like the way Pennywise died. But then watching it the second time...
made small.
Yeah, because they weren't scared of him anymore.
Yeah.
And he couldn't feed off that fear. And they were like, you're nothing but a baby.
You're
and
a
he
clown.
just shrinks and shrinks to this...
I think that the effects in that are great, especially when he's like, he does his last scare and then he falls back and he's like... squelch against the wall.
It's it is good and it's enjoyable. And I mean, it doesn't. I don't suppose you really need to compare it to the original ones like we have been doing, because you can watch it standalone.
Yeah.
I think it is enjoyable. There are horrific parts in it. The second one I think is more shocking than the first.
Yeah.
I think so. And there's parts of it, like her when she goes to see the old lady and she's sipping the tea and.
Oh, in the original?
Yeah, no, in this one.
Oh, in this one.
And she's like, oh, no, honestly, I don't want a cup of tea and shit. And like I said to you, the old woman turned around, she goes, don't be so nice, don't be so pleasant, and she walks out to make her a cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'd have been thinking, oh, she's horrible old cow, I'm not staying here. I'd have just left. I'd have made an excuse and left. I wouldn't have waited around.
The thing, I don't know if the original one did that scene better.
There's a few things, again, we're comparing, but I do think the original, and I think the original father of Beverly was so much better. And he makes an appearance in the X-Files.
That was reopening the X-Files podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
But like the ways that, I worry about you, Billy. I worry. And he's like really sinister, and there's that more massive tone of abuse that's going on there, and you just want to not be near him. He's so horrible.
Well, they don't shy away in this one either.
No. So I think a lot of them have had tough upbringings for different reasons. Like, I still can't remember his name, the chubby kid. Family, obviously, he had to come, Ben. He had to come and live because I can't remember, his family died or his family split up. I think his family split up.
Dies,
yeah, and he'd come, his mother was destitute, so he'd come to live it like with his auntie and his mum, and they're really horrible to him, like, we don't really want you here. And like Bill's little brother died, Georgie.
I do like that as well. They
Michael's parents burned to death. They were addicts and set their apartment on fire and burned to death.
Saw them trying to get out.
Bevy's got an abusive family. Like, I suppose even to the degree that I can't think of his name still. The kid who's like asthmatic and has placebos, and
Eddie.
His mum's big. Eddie. She's
abusing him.
It's abusive in a way where she's making him think he's ill, where he isn't. She's mollycoddles him and won't let
the whole
him play out
storyline
and
that the asthma isn't real. It's just a placebo.
It's all very, very sad. And Stanley, you don't really hear much about with his family, but obviously in this is different, because Stanley in this version, you don't get that until the end. He kills himself from the outset. As the minute he gets Mike's call, he's terrified, and he goes and slits his wrists in the bath.
That's one thing though. They changed that for the film. And
then in this, when they're reading his letter after the fact, he's like, "Oh, I knew if I wasn't there, I don't know.
You'd have to find yourselves."
Yeah.
So he took himself off the board, and that's what they did it in the book. He killed himself in the book. I can't really remember why. I think was it because he saw
he was terrified.
He was just so scared.
Yeah.
But in this, they gave him a reason for taking himself out.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think it all works well. I think what they've done, they've gone out into it and tried their best to make a very, very full film with a lot of information. And there was rumours, I don't know, I'd have to look into it again, but they're gonna, I can't remember what the director's called, should have written it down, but he wants to go back and put in all the stuff that they cut out, and there's supposed to be more footage, maybe even an extra hour or so, and release it again with everything together as one big film or one big DVD set. I'm not too sure, but that would be interesting. And there's also the rumours that there might be a third film.
Are they just making a Pennywise film about his origin?
I don't know.
I might totally make
That'd be quite cool.
I thought that's what they were doing.
That would be quite good. I think there's an audience for it. I think an audience would want to watch it.
I do. Yeah, because you don't often get decent horrors, and it didn't scare me, I have to say, but it's a decent horror.
But it is, and there's a premise for it a reason for a sequel to happen in the book, because Ben goes off to kill spoilers, goes off to kill or destroy eggs that they find in the area. So obviously it is female, or possibly, I don't know, asexual, and he's able to produce eggs, which means there's possible offspring. which could be a continuation in that way. You don't really see that in this film,
No.
but there might be something in those deleted scenes or something like that, and it could. We could physically see something in the future.
Well, I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10 pumpkins.
8 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9 because I liked it. I did prefer this to the first one because of how it ended and everything. I didn't like the whole, they just beat the shit out of the clown in the first one. Didn't like that. But yeah, it was good. 9.
Good stuff. What we're watching tomorrow, do we know?
Yes, we do know. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Is it The Orphan?
No, that's the next night. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That's watching. We have seen that before, but we're going to watch it again because I remember it being really good. So, sleep tight, everybody. And we're not really scary. Well, I am. I'm going to makeup on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another Halloween countdown.